Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to go over a little bit, since we got Warships starting tomorrow, we're going to go over a little bit of just the tech tree and what I think kind of makes sense. Now, this is all just kind of theory crafting, is what I like to call it. That sounds fancy. So we're just kind of guessing, essentially, what the day one path is going to be. Don't take this as verbatim as the ultimate way to go. Now, we've done this enough times. It should be fairly close, but we're going to see what we need to get on... excuse me, it's early. Come on, chicken. On day one here. So, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate those of you throwing in that code chicken in the shop. You're going to grab instant training for the season. So, starting off, we have explosive drones and clone riflemen. So... clone rifles, that's going to be our main troop for the first bit. So get them, max them out. Don't do what I have here. Make sure your landing crafts are maxed out. Obviously, that goes without saying. So what's going to be the most important defenses? So with clone rifles, the thing is that you never really kill them. But what you want to do is you want to pop them, so you want to slow them down. So what's the best to do that? Number one is mines, and number two is splash damage. So I think getting the clone riflemen... and also getting all of the defenses. I think it's going to be a defensive meta early on. I think that's going to be huge. I don't know if we're going to need mortars or not. I would skip them for right now because they're on a nothing node. I would also probably skip grenadiers unless we're really fizzling with clones. But I think, that's what we need. So we need the clone rifles, troop damage, shock mines, regular mines, flamethrower I would go out of my way for. And machine guns. I'd max all those things out, and that should at least get you into iron rank once you get there. And get to 3R. So, after 3 engines, if we're following this path, it gets a little bit tricky, okay? So, we now have flares, which we probably want at least tick 3, maybe tick 4. Then we got some decisions to make. Do we want to go DBD in building health? Do we want to go forward? What I'm seeing a lot of people talk about is going up to building health here. Excuse me, I keep yawning. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. So yeah, we want to go... what it looks like is... what a lot of people have been talking about is going building health and also going up to 4ER. So going building health straight to troop damage, essentially. Now, this totally depends on how good the clone riflemen are at this point. If there's too much defense and they can't survive, then, that's obviously, we're going to have to detour at that point and go with the heavies. Now, with the heavies, we're going to have to unlock a key vacuum and the crystal critters. They're not going to be helpful. The crystal critters, they don't pop mines. They don't really do anything. The heal is very slow on them, and they don't heal very, very fast. So they're not really worth using. I mean, if you have extra GBE, sure, throw them out. Why not? But the only other thing is we don't have any gunboat abilities at this point. We have explosive drones, which will be good early on. They will be decent. The thing with explosive drones, we didn't really talk about them. They're very expensive to max out. So I would not do what I've done here and max them out. This is just on the dev build, just doing weird stuff. So yeah, I would not max out the explosive drones. But, they'll probably be part of the meta for the first early bit. Maybe even down into here. We'll have to see. But yeah, so I would wait to see what's going to happen with the clone rifle before making that decision to go heavy. We know the other stuff's going to be good. We know we're going to need it. So I think that's where I'm going to go first, depending on how quickly I can get my season start off. But, yeah. So, yeah. Going heavy, it remains to be seen for right now. So as we move forward and we go into 4 engines, now we've really got some decisions to make. So a lot of people have been thinking that Zookas might be the troop to use with the clone riflemen. They might be decent. They might be a good match together, and they might help, now that we've got all of these other defenses here. Shock blaster, rocket launchers coming online, shock launchers coming online super early, or we can rush to rocket choppers. Now, typically rocket choppers are only good if we get them, early in 4ER, which they kind of are here, but also have them before boom cannons or around the same time. Since we already have boom cannons, we We already have cannons, and we have to have cannons before moving forward. And we potentially, or no, we have sniper towers too. So I mean, I'm sure they'll work and they'll be decent. But the thing is with rocket choppers, if you don't have shocks, they kind of suck. They're hard to use without shocks. They're hard to use without critters. I mean, we only have explosive drones, so I don't see, just simply based on that, I don't see rocket choppers being that good. We've got a lot of defenses, and we don't really have any of the tools to use them. So depending on the base, they might not be, worth picking up at all. We've got Everspark on kind of a nothing node, so I would avoid her for right now. Brick might be the optimal choice in terms of hero. Brick might be the best hero this season because early on, she's going to work great with Iron Will, clone rifles, and Zookas if we do end up going Zookas. And Zookas aren't a terrible pickup because it gets us closer to rockets, and we also we also get prototype node on the way there, and we pick up some GBE. So I mean, I'm thinking that's kind of the way to go in 4. It does mean we have to get the crystal shield, but the crystal shield's not bad. That's just ice shield. Remember, shield hit points. So it is worth upgrading. I wouldn't stress it too much. I mean, we essentially want to use the crystal shield to allow the troops to get over, a set of mines. That's kind of the idea. Especially with the clone rifleman, if we can prevent them from popping one time, then that's going to be huge. But yeah, so brick might be the answer. Brick in the Iron Will might be really good. But that's kind of what I'm thinking as we move into from 4 going towards 5. That's maybe how we can survive that. So as we look a little bit forward, which it gets tough to do when you're just kind of speculating on tech paths. 5 to 6 is interesting because we've got so many stat nodes. We've got right out of the gates, we're starting with a grappler level 2 or a prototype level 2. We got a damage amp and a Simo as well. Troop health, troop damage can go straight to 6, or I think what makes the most sense, avoid the key vacuum. So go troop health, troop damage, then go down here and get the GBE, take the prototype, and then go DBD or building health. Now, the only thing is mechs. So mechs might be decent, again, because we might be fizzling at this point. I don't know. They're only 22 keys, which is fairly inexpensive for mechs. Typically, I think they cost a lot more than that. You guys let me know in the comments. But everything here looks good. Super Warriors in the middle, meh. The only problem is that whenever they lump these stat nodes together, typically what happens is, like, say you get to troop health, and then you're going to be facing guys that have, troop health, troop damage, and DVD. It just seems to be the way it works. So I don't like seeing the stat nodes clumped together like that, but we'll see what ends up happening. So as we move from 6 into 7, I think at this point we want to just start rushing bombardiers and heavy choppers, which is also something we want to keep in mind for the rest of the season, right? We don't want to go too off path, because look at all this good stuff in 6. We've got a level 2 hot pot, which is fine. We've got shock bombs, finally, which are going to be massive. Shock bombs are going to be such a relief. Like, we're going to see this season what it's like to play without shock bombs, and it's not fun. It's not as fun. And then we've got a really good multi-node with 2 boom cannons, rocket launcher, shock launcher. Typically, people go with the shock launcher in these nodes, but we'll see. Then we finally get down to our heavy choppers and our bombardiers. And I'm thinking, if we can play our cards right, this might be all we need to park. So hopefully that gets you guys off on the right foot. And again, this is speculation, but I think somewhere within that, if you stay on that path, you'll probably do all right. It just depends on how good the clone rifles are going to be against some of these bases. That's what it really comes down to. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to be entered into the monthly giveaway for November, I don't know what it's going to be. It might be a Zuka statue, just like this one. Then you guys can become a member of the channel, and we're going to host those giveaways once a month. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next one. Chicken is out. Bang, bang.